Hello and welcome to the table. Today's reading will be for Aries for February 2023. Welcome to the table, Aries. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'm an intuitive reader and I read in real time. I have cleared the space. The crystals are all clean. The flowers are from my garden. I do hope you enjoy them. I read with a 10 card spread, so I read with 5 cards along the top, 5 cards along the bottom. I talk about those cards as they come out. Then I overlay them with a second deck of cards. I do have 3 decks of cards on the table. I overlaid the first lot of cards with the second lot of cards, talk about those as well. Then towards the end I try and bring the whole reading together, and I do have that third deck just to clarify a couple of points if I need to. I try not to use too many from the third deck. The reading will take too long. I do hope you enjoy the flowers. That blue is just such a wonderful colour. I'm always happy when the hydrangeas come into flower. Such a strong, vibrant colour. Okay, Aries, let's begin this reading. 5 of Pentacles. First card in reverse. Second card, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Third card, the Ace of Pentacles in the upright position. Queen of Wands in the upright position. The High Priestess in the reverse position. 7 of Swords in the upright, 7 of Wands in the upright position. The Fool in the upright position. The Sun in the upright position, wonderful. The Sun right under the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. It's going to bring you some happiness. Wonderful. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Tower in reverse. The Tower in the upright position. I do apologise. I sometimes get so excited looking at the other cards at the same time I don't read them correctly. On the bottom of the deck we have a reverse card again. We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's about sharing and having sufficient money to share. Also the consideration to share. Move those away. So 5 of Pentacles. Perhaps you've been through a little bit of a difficult time, I think. This is the card of feeling a little bit out in the cold, perhaps having lost your job, perhaps not having had sufficient finances left over after Christmas, after the holidays. Perhaps you've spent a little bit too much. But there's hope. There's an anchor here, as you can see. So you look for the anchor in the window. There's light in the window. This situation is not going to last for very long. Okay, it's a temporary situation. You can see that the people on the card are actually walking. So it's not a static position. It's a temporary position. So even though you may find yourself a little bit out in the cold or a little bit destitute or a little bit short on funds at the moment, I don't think it's going to last for a very long time. Okay, again, here is the 7 of Pentacles. It's in the reverse position. So the 7 of Pentacles traditionally is about pausing to take a rest after having worked for a long time. And perhaps also being grateful for what you've earned or what you've received. And the other thing it can be in relation to, investing a small amount of money, considering what you're going to do with that amount of money, and also reflecting on what you've achieved in the course of, the recent past. Or maybe years. Maybe you've worked a long time to build up this nest egg. Maybe you feel like you've been working too long and you deserve a break. It's in the reverse position. Perhaps there's some reduced circumstances. Perhaps you've had an investment that didn't go quite right. That's also the case. Perhaps you've lost a little bit of money in a scam. Perhaps you overpaid for something. Perhaps you lent some money to a friend or a relative who didn't repay the money. All of those things are possible with that card, especially next to the 5 of Pentacles. There's some sort of a financial loss perhaps here. This is also about values, but today I'm particularly feeling that there's some sort of financial loss. And, you know, it can be from any one of those circumstances, having to pay interest on something. Perhaps you've borrowed on your credit card and you normally pay it back on time, and this time you couldn't make the payment, so therefore you've got to pay interest. So it could be any one of those things. We've got a little bit of dirt under there, I can hear. Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So a new opportunity or money coming in towards you. It can be also a new set of values, but in this case I do feel that it's probably some sort of financial money coming towards you from the cosmos. So it could be, you know, when it's showing here this hand coming out of the clouds, this is some sort of divine assistance. So, you know, it's possible that you lost your job. Perhaps you resigned, perhaps you were forced to quit. Sometimes the company you work for collapses or just retrenches people. All of those things are possible. And that may have left you somewhat short on finances, particularly on your anticipated finances. You know, there's always that forward projection. Once you've lost your job for a reason, and that happens quite frequently these days. You know, I just noticed on the news last night that some of the big corporations, these global networks, are cutting back their staff numbers again. So again, there will be lots of people unemployed for a little while until you find a new opportunity. But that new opportunity is coming your way. So this is something to look out for. This should be wonderful news for you, Aries. Lovely. And under the sun, I'm going to read this one at the same time. Under the sun, clearly you will be very happy when this comes in, okay? Because the sun is a card of success and happiness. So that's lovely. Okay, we've got the Queen of Wands. She's creative and fertile. She knows how to create, she knows how to find an opportunity, she knows how to create a new opportunity, and she knows how to look for a new opportunity. So she's a highly fertile card to have on your table. Lovely energy, lovely energy. Yeah, I'll just read this one. Normally I wouldn't read it at this stage, but because you've got this Six of Pentacles in reverse as the over, you know, on the bottom of the deck, perhaps you were hoping to be able to share some money, and your reduced circumstances mean that you can't share the money the way you would have liked to. Hopefully that will change. Hopefully that will change soon. But I know over the holiday period, a lot of people like to give their children a little bit of money to help tide them over. Perhaps you were hoping to have a holiday, and that you had to cancel your plans suddenly. That can happen if you've got reduced circumstances, and if you've suddenly been, you know, told that you've been retrenched. Oh, that can put everything into a terrible spin. So I can imagine the anxiety and the worry you will have had from your finances. Okay, you've got the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is a call for you to either commit yourself to a higher spiritual journey or to use your intuition wisely. This person goes within and analyzes, you know, internally analyzes the situation they're in. Where do you find yourself? How do you find that balance? You know, how do you cope with your disappointments in life? Do you sit there and dwell on them, or do you move forward? You know, are you able to gather your strength and hope for a better day? You know, don't become despondent. So this call is for you to you know, to use whatever spiritual measures that you use in life to sort of to guide you through your life and to bring you comfort and compassion, to use those. It looks perhaps like you may have neglected to use those. That's why it's in the reverse position. So it's asking you to either reconsider or recommit yourself to that spiritual journey that you may have been on. You know, these seeds here in the pomegranates in the background, I'll show you those. They're the seeds that you sow to produce a harvest later on. Okay. This is the card of competition or having to defend yourself. Seven of Wands is always a little bit of difficulty. Perhaps you've had to justify yourself or defend yourself. Perhaps you tried to defend yourself and weren't successful. You know, if you lost your job, perhaps you put forward your best case and still didn't win. A lot of sticks poking at you there. Sometimes it's just too difficult to achieve what you want to achieve. It does look like it's a little bit of a struggle. Something has given you some sort of a struggle or a battle. It does look like, though, here, you know, this person is carefree, starting a new journey. He may be even penniless. He's not carrying a lot of things with him. He may have had to move out of his home. He may have had to, forego his apartment or his rooms where he's living, or even his house. And he's starting again. It can be a difficult journey starting again, but a carefree one. Again, if you're not carrying much baggage or emotional baggage with you, anything is possible. The one thing about every time you relocate home, for example, you have so many new opportunities in a new location, in a new environment. If you move on from your friends, you have so many opportunities to make new friends of different kinds. If you suddenly have no money, you have many opportunities to draw on your strength, your inner wisdom and your guidance and your skills, and try and find a new opportunity. Now, I don't remember whether he was in the upright position or not. I'm putting him back in the upright position. Doesn't really make much difference. If he was in the reverse position and I don't recall that, then it will be that this has come as an unexpected, perhaps a little bit of a shock for you if you're forced to suddenly take this new journey with nothing. But it does leave your mind completely free of the burdens that you've had before. So when you're starting this new journey, it's easy to be overwhelmed with the things that have gone wrong. But if you look at what's in front of you rather than what's behind you, you'll see that it's kind of like the world is your oyster, because you can go anywhere and do anything. I did speak about the sun already, so you do have the sun. This is a wonderful, positive energy. Beautiful card of success and happiness. So hopefully this opportunity that's coming into you, and hopefully it's a new job or a new offer, or it can even be just money being owed to you, coming to you. It can actually even be a large sum of money. But it's always best to focus on it being a new opportunity or a new job, so that you don't have disappointment, because, the cards aren't going to tell me that you're winning the lottery, for example. Even though it shows an Ace of Pentacles, I wouldn't like to say, hey, you're going to win the lottery. You'd be very angry with me. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is quite slow-moving energy. This horse is standing and gazing and enjoying his environment. Even the rider, he's heavily clad in armour. He's not about to walk anywhere. He's just overloaded. He is definitely not going to get off that horse and walk and bring that money to you. It's going to come in slowly, okay? So you've got finances coming in, or, a new energy coming in towards you, a new opportunity coming towards you, but it's approaching slowly. Okay, so you need to be patient. It has got golden light. Ace of Pentacles has golden light. The Fool has golden light. As you can see, both of them have golden light. So when it shows a golden light, it is talking about opportunity and hope and encouragement. Okay, so not a negative thing at all, even if it's coming in slowly. So here we have the Tower card. So the Tower card can be a bit of a shock or a surprise. Now, it isn't always a negative energy. It can be just a surprise that completely takes you aback. But some surprises are like that. They completely floor you for a moment. You're like, wow, I never would have expected that. It can be a shock. It can be something that completely throws you off your pedestal, so to speak. but that looks like it's coming towards you. And in that case, you're definitely, you can see the cards here, you know, she's wearing her crown, and here the crown is coming off. You definitely need to use your intuition in this situation. Okay, so if something sudden and unexpected happens, use your gut instincts rather than trying to analyze it from an intellectual point of view. Perhaps it's best to look at it from, you know, a more introspective point of view, a point of view where you can, you know, let your inner guidance, you know, give you the best advice. I'll clarify these cards now. I'm very pleased because it does look like you've had a little bit of a difficult situation here with your finances, a little bit of a struggle here at the beginning of February. But this Sun and this Ace of Pentacles is beautiful energy, and so that's keeping me guided that, you know, things are turning around for you. So that should be very good, Aries. And you've got the Queen of Wands. You know, the Queen of Wands is highly creative and highly imaginative, fertile. You know, perhaps you've come up with a new idea. That's wonderful, wonderful. So let's clarify, first of all, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the Hanged Man in reverse. I'll just show you that. So normally the Hanged Man would be in that position. And the Hanged Man is in that position because he's taking time out to actually consider his options, consider what journey in life he wants to take, where he's going, what he's doing, what he values. And it's in the reverse position. So perhaps you've reached some sort of a decision, or perhaps you've already received some sort of clarity. So that's kind of good. Let's have a look at the Seven of Pentacles. There's that card up there. Okay, what have we got here? That is such a strange card. It's got the 2 on it, and it's got the sword. So I'm assuming this is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. I haven't been very clear in identifying that, and it's youthful energy. So I'm assuming a Page of Swords. So some sort of a breakthrough. It looks like the clouds are parting and the light is coming through. So it does look like, again, it's a little bit sort of like this energy here, you know, where you actually get some enlightenment, you get a new idea. It's a little bit of a breakthrough. So, you know, you come to grips with whatever situation you find yourself in, and using your intellect and your intelligence, you make a bit of a breakthrough. Okay, so that's good. So that's wonderful. And the clouds are parting there, and you're seeing the light in the background. It's a very active card, whereas this is sort of, you know, this Seven of Pentacles is a little bit passive. He's taking a rest. And here, this one is a more active. He's actively doing something about it. So that's rather good. So that's good. You're responding to your circumstances, and that in itself is always a very positive thing. It's when you reach a point where you can't respond to your circumstances, that's when things become difficult. Okay, let's have a look at this Ace of Pentacles. New horizon, new opportunity, wonderful. Wonderful energy coming in. It's just what you need. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. It's in the reverse position. So there's the Wheel of Fortune. It's in the reverse position. But again, the first thing I notice on that card is the Horn of the Bull. Now, the Horn of the Bull is part of, you can see it in this card here. It implies using your intuition and your inner guidance and your inner knowledge. So, you know, when you get this opportunity, you know, when this opportunity comes your way, make sure that you also use not only your intelligence, but also allow your inner voice, your inner guidance to speak to you. Okay, because actually I just saw the sword. So allowing this inner wisdom to have a little say in what you do next. Okay. Let's have a look at the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands has her black cat with her, sometimes a symbol of good luck. Okay, I'm only taking that first card that's fallen out. Okay, Six of Cups in the reverse position. So Six of Cups is usually a bit of nostalgia. Maybe wishing for times gone by, perhaps wishing you could meet the person that you used to know, perhaps hoping that you can catch up with somebody, making a reconnection with somebody that you used to know. That's possible as well. So it's a little bit of reminiscing or catching up, making contact with somebody you used to know, perhaps somebody you cared for in the past, maybe coming forward into your life again. That can be the case. Let's have a look at this High Priestess. Okay, so Five of Cups, again in the reverse position. This is the walking away, feeling a little bit like, you know, these cups have not satisfied you. You're a bit disappointed, but there are two cups you haven't even looked in. Okay, you've got your back turned to them, you don't even see them. So be careful that if this doesn't work out, that you don't turn your back completely on the situation without sort of examining what potential there is. Okay, that could mean that you know, at first this connection doesn't necessarily work out. Perhaps you need to give it a second go, or perhaps you just decide this is not for you and you're going to walk away. The water keeps flowing. I always sort of refer to the water. The water is constantly flowing, and as you can see in this situation, it's not on a horizontal plane, it's on an incline, so therefore the water will keep flowing. You will keep moving through life. Don't be overcome with despair or doubt, or particularly self-doubt. Don't have any self-doubt. That's what I'm feeling from here. Don't begin to doubt yourself, particularly if some circumstances don't always feel like they're going your way. You know, sometimes if you've been dismissed from work and perhaps laid off, you know, and you're feeling like, you know, you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve, sometimes you can turn that inward to yourself and start to feel doubtful about your own abilities or your own talents or your own worth. Don't do that. Sometimes the circumstances are completely beyond your control, and, you know, they may have happened anyway. Don't start to doubt yourself. You know, sometimes sometimes you get a whole month of chaos. I know that's happened to me, and you feel like everything is happening all at once, and you begin to, you know, there's no stability. Then sometimes you begin to doubt yourself. You don't need to do that. It isn't always about you. That's what I was trying to say. It isn't always about you. Sometimes the circumstances are totally beyond your control, and you may have had very little direct input into your circumstances. So, you know, don't take on a robe of self-doubt and feeling like it was all your fault. Let's have a look here at this Seven of Wands. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, this is the Chariot. I was confused the very first time I saw this card. It's got the sphinxes on it rather than the horses. So the Chariot is in reverse. So again, walking away from something. Something's leaving you. So it looks like you've had a little bit of a struggle here, particularly at the beginning of February. It could be towards the end of January as well, or, you know, sometime in the near future. It looks like you have a little bit of a struggle, and you walk away. Something's leaving you, or you're leaving it. You know, you need to find that balance. Again, this card can also be about balance and decisions. So perhaps you decide to walk away. You need to find balance. And it's more an energy, rather than a person, it's more an energy of change. Actually, the Chariot is always about change. Whether it comes towards you or walks away from you, that is a card of change. So you've got the Wheel here and you've got the Chariot here. So both of these cards tell me that during February you will be undergoing some change. And it's not necessarily always a change you desire. Okay, so these two want to come out. I'll have a look what they are. So this is the Fool. So you've got the Hermit and Strength. So Hermit is going within and finding your strength. Exactly. Interesting that they've come out together. So, you know, it looks like at the beginning of January, as you're starting this Fool journey, again, all of these are solitary. So starting this journey, finding your strength and undertaking the beginnings of this journey. So they're in reverse. It may be difficult for you to find your strength, your inner strength. It may be difficult for you to determine what's best for you, but it looks like it's coming whether you like it or not. To me, this is telling me that these are circumstances beyond your control. It doesn't look like this is direct input from you. All of these cards are telling me that these circumstances have been brought to your doorstep. Let's have a look at the Sun. You will adapt. You will progress. You know, later on you look at it and you think, oh, that was a little bit of an awkward bump in the road, but it doesn't usually last for very long. You know, we do all adapt to changes. We're very flexible. Let's have a look at the Sun. Okay, you've got the Moon. Oh my goodness, you got the Sun and the Moon. All right, so the Moon is making sure that you ask the right questions. If you've got doubts about something, make inquiries. Don't be, particularly under this new opportunity, make sure that you understand the details of whatever is coming towards you. If there's any contracts to be signed or looked at, make sure you look at them carefully. This can be things that are hidden from you. You know, so with this opportunity, even though you've got success here in the Sun, due diligence is required on your part, that you assess the opportunity carefully. And again, use your intuition. This is a card of intuition. You know, you've got the High Priestess here as well. So use your intuition, use your judgment, use your inner thinking, sleep on something if necessary to find that middle path. Make sure you don't get misled. Okay, because you do want happiness and you do want that, you don't want to have unimpeded, you don't want that happiness to be impeded. You would like it to be smooth flowing and coming towards you, because it does look like February has got some small difficulties coming your way that you're going to have to negotiate. Okay, let's have a look at this slow incoming pentacle. Okay, again, you've got another one. So this is the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. Now the Queen of Swords is very much about, okay, just before I go any further, it's underneath the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands feels things. The Queen of Swords knows things. She investigates. She uses her intelligence. This is clear thinking. This is feeling. So, you know, if you've got an opportunity, not only do you need to feel things, but you also need to use your intelligence to discern the truth, use your wisdom, use your knowledge, use your clear thinking and your analysis to make sure that you get what you need. Okay, you can see the crown has lifted off her head. That's where she's using her intelligence. Her crown just floats above her head. They're all knowing. So the knowing just resides above your head. Okay. Let's have a look at this Tower. This is the one thing at the end of the reading we don't need to see. It could just be a surprise. Oh dear. Okay. So this is the heartbreak card at the end. Something gives you a shock and gives you some sort of pain. But it's in the reverse position. So the only thing I can think here is that this connection, this older connection. This is perhaps you're thinking about a past pain. You know, maybe something happened recently that caused you pain, and you're going back into your mind to think about it. It's interesting because if it was new pain, then technically it should be in the upright position here once the tower hits, but it's in the reverse position. So I'm thinking perhaps you're just remembering old pain. I don't think that that's new pain for some reason. I think you're remembering it. I think it's part of this despondency, remembering this old pain. But you know, the other cups, you've got to remember these other cups are still full. Not everything is going to bring you pain, all right? Sometimes things take a long time to get over, and particularly if you see an old acquaintance, or somebody you've had a relationship with, if you bump into them or you suddenly come across them, social media might suddenly, you know, push them towards your attention. They might contact you out of the blue, or someone invites them to a party and they're there. You may go through this regret and pain. I'm going to show you what's on the bottom of this deck. I'll have a look, see what that is. I can't discern what that is from looking at it. Okay. So it's the Page of Pentacles. So again, this is about a new opportunity or money coming towards you. Again, it was in the reverse position. So that's up here. So everything is about money coming towards you. So there must be some sort of a delay, even though you've got the new opportunity here. Even the moon can be sort of a delay. And then you've got this pentacle here. So there may be some sort of a delay. But it does look like it causes you some happiness. But I do think you need to be analytical when it's coming towards you, okay? You do need to use your intuition and your guidance, but you also need to remember to be analytical and clear thinking about it. You know, and the fact that there's lilies on this card, this is new. So new money, new opportunities. All right, let's have a look. I might clarify this heart here. To me, it isn't new. It is something that happened a long time ago. Again, you've got this lightning strike here. You've got the lightning strike in the tower and the lightning strike on that card. So perhaps it was something sudden and that gave you a lot of pain, something that changed. You know, this card should be in the upright position if it's new energy. I just feel that it's more old energy, more a reflection on the past of perhaps somebody you were connected to in, you know, before February. Let's have a look. Let's clarify. Okay, what do you want? Wants to come out? All right, making a bit of a mess here today. These are new cards and they're very, very slippery. Okay. So again, we've got here, first of all, 6 of Swords. So that's moving on to a different place, moving on to calmer waters, leaving something behind. You know, if you were separated from somebody, you know, if this is about a separation from a romantic connection, that could be the case here. A sudden separation. The tower moment could have been some sort of a revelation or a final settlement or a final notice from somebody. Maybe somebody decided to end a relationship suddenly in a sort of maybe an electronic way, you know, sending you a message or something like that. And here you've got Justice. It's in the reverse position. So the Justice in the reverse position, I think, perhaps is feeling a little bit out of balance. Perhaps feeling a little bit sorry for yourself. Feeling quite out of whack. You know, you just feel sort of out of whack. You just feel like there is no justice, there is no balance, there is no harmony. Sometimes as I said, sometimes your circumstances just feel a little bit overwhelming, and don't look at these cards as being. These cards are the dancing in the dark tarot. These are not all black because they're meant to be scary or frightening for you. Okay, what you're meant to notice on these cards is the things that are highlighted in the light, like the sword and her crown and the bird. This is using your intelligence and your intellect. So these dark cards are actually meant to highlight the aspects of the card that you're meant to notice. Okay, and in this one there may be some sort of reconciliation with someone, offering a flower, offering a peace, offering a flower, extending, a second chance to somebody. But this deck is different. This is a different deck altogether. So leaving someone behind, or leaving a situation behind altogether. It does look like some sort of a delay. You're having difficulties perhaps leaving that behind. And that could be the case too, is that you're having difficulties leaving this broken heart behind, or this person behind. But you won't find any balance until you make a clear decision about that. And sometimes it just takes time to come to terms with grief and separation. That can be a card of separation. Here, this can be a card of separation as well. It's more a case of needing to find that balance in yourself, being able to stabilize yourself again. Aries, it's not the happiest reading, but be encouraged. You've got a new opportunity coming your way, perhaps new finances, new job offer, and there does look like there's happiness here, so that's wonderful. The rest is really adjusting to your circumstances, and even the moon card here. Just be careful that you don't have any nightmares about your life. Don't have sleepless nights about your circumstances. They do adjust themselves. Things always adjust themselves. You've got the Sun card there. That's the happiest card in the deck, and that's square in the middle of February. So take courage and take heart from that, Aries. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope I'll see you again in another reading. Bye for now.